the recording for this one.
I think it makes a lot more sense, like him being able
Who starts on what side? I didn't see. BBL start on defense, Fnatic start on attack.
More importantly, having the flash.
Where's Norm moving?
I think that him having the flash to set
good?
himself up just did so much more, and although Sociable was actually very good at the Yoru, I just think having a star duelist not in his best position
Yampy hasn't moved
doesn't
for
make any
ages.
sense. Also, double
Okay,
controller, like bringing in the Astra
All
also
good.
works
Don't
as a
panic.
secondary controller, but also gives you a lot of capabilities in terms of those takes.
Fnatic on attack again. No drone. We're gonna keep a little watch on how Chronicle likes to use his cam.
Won't run into a big problem, but there are a lot of players just around that corner. He has an Iota that's going down already. Crossing with the cage.
Very, very nice. We already use a cam to get through the smoke. We already pick it up, so it's on refresh, right? Or did it get shot? We'll find out.
Yeah, I think just catching the bullets and shooting back the other way
Yeah, it
almost
did get
made
shot.
it a little
Okay.
bit too easy.
Get shot, but they swing through it and manage to kind of trade it.
The majority of the Fnatic forces.
Still, though, it's going to be back in about 20 seconds.
From Sociable in an attempt to try and
Pressure over towards A Heaven after taking control.
The thing is, though, I
And
don't
then
mind that sort of
50-second
gamble.
mark,
I
we're going to
think
have to
Black has
group
had a lot
and
more
make
trouble in terms of being a solo
a
side
move.
anchor in this series so far. Profek, I have full faith. Like, I believe that he is going to be able to at least get a kill or two when it comes to the site hold. Now, Yampy already low on HP, and he has the majority of Fnatic pushing in his direction.
It's going to be a big hold. Yampy is super low and dropped immediately. That opens the avenue for Fnatic to move towards
3-1 is the current pistol count. Looking like this might get to 4.
With Sociable and Profek still on this side of the map. And Sociable, I mean, if he's spotted here, they might assume that's the B player. You might not
Keeping on the
expect
time.
the second one to be
A little bit
around
low
here.
on this
And
one.
that's a big danger then.
Ooh, big kill. Perfect would have to do a madness.
Oh, he's being cleared
There's
still,
one.
but he lands the shot. 8 seconds.
Nothing to
Plant
stop the
needed.
plan on this one. Big
Plant
Jewel at
found.
spawn. Very, very nice. This is a cool pistol from Fnatic.
From Chronicle.
Very nice.
The only real chance, I feel, was in some form of plant denial as the time was getting a little bit low, but Fnatic were methodical in their take, and Profek, 48 HP, he's not getting around this corner. A 3-piece for Althea on that raise to kick things off.
4-1 for the pistols. The Fnatic pistols have
This is
been
already
great.
a great start. Even just in terms of ultimate orbs, you're getting some high impact ults closer.
Yeah, I wonder why that
mean.
is.
Like, you see a few shots spam through like that, that's an easy pick for Kayak.
Well, indeed, it proves to be. 1-0 start. Strong position. I'm not sure what that was from Althea. We'll overlook it.
That's actually how he speaks normally. He's all the other times he's been putting on a voice.
That makes perfect sense. Well, 1-0 start for Fnatic, as we said. Investing decently into rifles, 2 pistols though,
Yeah,
just in
someone's
case
gotta
they
help
lose
that
a
guy
couple
out,
of
no?
players. And that's always possible up
Done.
against a squad
Push
like
through.
BBL. Definitely
Push
a
down
team
bottom
that's
mid.
gonna be
This is the
pulling
spike.
any
So Boss
punches.
is going to play it safe.
What we're seeing right now, 1 player dropped, rifle retrieved, still all 3 alive and healthy, ready to fight with a backup just in case. For BBL, directionless. They've had their early fight, but now, wherever they go, it's a gamble. They don't know what Fnatic are up to.
Bosta had to play that one safe. He was the one with the spike. Not wanting to take too many risks, and seems like mid-control is consistently
It looks like a split A
piece of the
then.
puzzle for Fnatic, allowing those faster rotations late into the round. You can see the defense are already in a pretty hefty gamble again, leaving Profek as the solo defender of
I'm
B
worried
in
about the time already.
A site, with 3 players firmly within it.
1, 2, 3 over towards
currently
A.
where
Committed over towards A. Loon can get
Fnatic squad
one.
are
It
starting to
really
move.
opens
Steps
up the
already being
rounds.
heard, and Loon's position
It's
given
unlucky.
up
It's a
almost
great Omen
completely.
flash.
This leaves him somewhat out to dry, although he
Ooh.
will actually be able to make it back to
Oh,
the site.
dude, nice.
Not bad with 30
How's he
seconds
alive?
left. That means they're
2
going to be
bullets?
committed to the 3-player site.
Damn.
Nice shot to start with. Gate crash for safety.
Okay,
Uses it
1
to
bullet.
get out. Now they're swinging
He did
into him.
fantastic.
Plenty of support, but they're all hiding away. They're a complete unknown factor with low time. Dropping the spike here. All that needs to be done, but they both fall. Perhaps
it's a
if
nice
they'd
try from
staggered
BBL, to be
slightly
honest.
more, something could have come from it. But even then, there was a little bit too much time. Because Fnatic clear the site, the round sure to be done. 3 rifles carried through to the next, just as intended.
It ended up
Fnatic
not
clean
taking too
2-0
much out
start.
of them in terms of the rifles,
It
but
definitely looked
I
like
like
it
the
could get a
go.
little bit dangerous, but you see the sort of
Yeah, I like a lot
weaknesses
of what Luna's
of the
doing.
weaponry that was on the board for BBL. And as you said, for Fnatic, that's all they really needed. Keep those 3 players up. You can
There's
invest
6 different maps
onto the
that
remaining
BBL have been
couple,
playing.
and you have a pretty solid
Yeah.
buy going into round
And once
number
people
3.
get an
But this is
understanding
where
of
you
how
kinda
they
need
play
to
the
see that
maps,
start
they
now,
won't
because
have
we've
as
already
much
seen this map
of an easy time.
historically sort of flip over a little bit, so teams are able to pull
Jesus,
out
what's
quite a
going
lot
on
of
over
rounds
there?
on that attack
I also feel
side.
that they can also
I
change
do
up
worry
their
if
style of
Fnatic
play and use it against teams. So
continue their
they
form from
can
the previous
make it
map.
work.
This one might be over quite quick.
Well, these teams traded blows 13-8 on their own maps. But here in the middle
fake
ground, there is
smoke.
a clear hierarchy. Fnatic opening up this round.
Not
One where they
sure
come in
about
with
that
full
one.
rifles
It kind of looked like
anyways,
Loon
3 of
wasn't
which are about as
ready.
good as it gets. They already have a man advantage and a rifle extra to be recovered.
Wonder if the comms were good for this one. Nice shot. Oh boy.
I think it
First big
was.
buy round
So
looks like a
it
bit
just
of a
meant
disaster
that
for
he was
BBL.
left out in the open, facing off against the whole team. I think that's a mistake. Luckily, that might be about
Nice
to
shot.
rectify it. 2 kills, but even still, look where the remaining players are. They're on the complete opposite side of the map. I guess the only thing they can hope for is maybe they catch Chronicle looking the wrong way. Oh no, it's just
Why did
about got past
BBL
the
keep
angle.
pushing? In the 4v5,
Fnatic
Yampi's
still
reaction
coming?
here is fine.
Yeah, they might want to actually
He's
try and
taking a
battle this player
50-50
off. I
1v1,
think the
which you
steps
kind of
going
need to
towards
do.
B are gonna lead
It was
this
more
year.
just like the play at middle that kind of cost them a little bit.
Anyone to be there. He's just seen
Very
Chronicle
nice,
run
clean
the
from
other way.
Fnatic as well, looking
So it
convincing.
baited them. I like the
BBL
adaptation
sitting
from Fnatic
around
just to go, okay,
3,000
this
is
guy's
going to
not
have to
gonna
go
be
for a
looking at
low
us.
buy.
Yeah, no, but
And it's a
clearly
rough
it was
start.
the right call. I mean, unless he was just on another level of paranoia in checking angles that players shouldn't come from. Yeah, you'll walk up behind him and get a free kill. I suppose just the fact that Chronicle goes down there, or Chronicle doesn't go down there more specifically, is the issue that ends up spiraling this one out of control. Okay.
Bukax with the tier 1,
3-0
thank you so
start.
much.
Or not
Subbed
Chronicle,
recently
Crash
as well,
tried to
man.
wind up
Thank you
into
for the
heaven.
25 months.
Chronicle ends up getting the kill. Either way. 3-0 start for Fnatic.
We
BBL
got
left to pistols,
4
sociable, on a
sheriffs
stinger.
and
A
a
lot
bit
of
of aggression
weaknesses
from
early
BBL
on
over
on
towards A, but
Prowler
we also
goes
have
out,
a
they
Yoru
see
that is a
nothing,
TP.
so BBL
So once he
decide to
kind of
go walking
commits
up,
here, he can
take that
TP over and they
space,
can
claim
insta-hit
it
if
for
he
their
wants
own.
to.
But Kayak wise to their tricks.
Only saw
Star gets
one,
pulled back. There's players inside
and that
it.
was the person that used the
Kayak was nice
Prowler.
and
So
patient, not giving anything away.
Constantly trying to sell a ruse on this side of the map. Keep players over there. The main goal for Fnatic
Here
each
forever,
time has
love
been
that.
this mid control. Wanting to give themselves ease of rotations around the map, and there hasn't really been a way to challenge for it. As I said, although they managed to sort of
this was
rectify a little bit, I
this
do
is the
believe
default
that
over
there was
towards
a
B that I
fake
was talking
smoke
about. This
used
is the
when
K-Corp
maybe
2023
it
B
wasn't
default for
expected
Cypher.
by,
Very nice.
Loon, and because of that, he
Trip.
ends up going down.
Very
Yuppie
nice
tries
shot.
to take the fight, but there is a patient Fnatic
problem for
waiting on the other
BBL
side, and with their split
is
already
if
gone
Kayak
through
gets a
mid,
kill
it looks
and
like
Alpha gets
Vac
2
might
kills
be
or
alone.
2
The
orbs,
flash and the shot
they're
actually
gonna have
not
another big
bad.
buy round
Alpha
and they're gonna go up
down to
against 2
9,
ults.
but even still, Vac is isolated.
Yeah, isolated with a pistol. He got a double last time up in heaven. They walked into his cross area to full auto gun. Now
Nice
a little
shot.
harder to get.
Nice
done,
shot.
but the triple almost found. Sociable there just
Look
in
at the
time to
HPs.
help out.
The Stinger's gonna farm them, right?
Had that covered.
Eh?
In for another Sociable.
Oh god,
A
he fell down.
1v1, 12
Yes, Satchel.
seconds and 9 HP. The previously
Nicely done. It's a 2v5 back of sight. How?
Steal away the round.
How have they done
Yeah,
that?
I don't know
Insane
how
shots
they've
from the
come out
stand-in
on
Vac.
top of that one, a pay save card Thrifty, which gets BBL onto the score sheet after what was basically just like there was a point in that round where Vac was stunned. I think he was also blinded as well. There's a smoke in front of him. Like there's not
That's
really
crazy
anywhere
round to
that
win.
he's able to go. But it seems like they just didn't execute quick enough on that position, maybe expecting that that player would have to make their presence known before all of this happened. But that's huge from Vac, putting himself top of the board as the
I
stand-in.
guess the confidence out. These are the ults that I was talking about, and we still have this, right? 1-9 loss bonus. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. They won't be able to buy next, and that's unlucky. But Boster wasn't looking, so he doesn't know that this guy's here.
We'll get back on the aim labs. Practice that aim and we'll fix it up. And he's done exactly that. You can see the work
Here we
he's
go.
been putting
Smokes
in,
down.
delivering a higher level here
Very
today.
nice.
And Loon delivering just the same
Smokes
as we've seen
down.
before.
Now what?
Early
Fnatic
pick.
just need to take
This
risks.
time it's the operator push up that grabs him one. And Fnatic with the rifles, maybe looking to their ultimates to try to bridge that gap of the man advantage.
Again, mid-control, but it's almost.
Oh my goodness, how did that hit? Where's that nade come from as well? What's going on? Alpha's got a double. 8-2.
And leaving.
Replay, please.
3 players
Dude,
standing. Again.
How did the Razor hit him? I would love to watch that from his POV. I gotta see where he's aiming at.
They can wait for the second ping and know exactly
We've
where he
seen
is. The same
back
as last time.
sight do madness. He has to kill 3.
Being pressure from either side. Prophet
One.
desperately trying to help, but maybe the help won't be needed. Kayak this time will not allow for any shenanigans. Well, Prophet,
that's a nice shot as well. Brings it down to a 2v2. Insta pop of the ult. Everyone's got a good understanding of how important the round is. Why pop the ult onto this one.
I think Loon might even just have tried to take that out right there. No flash either. Just down to the decoy. All alone. Comes out of his ult. They already saw the decoy. They know
Very
that's
nice
not
from
the real
Chronicle.
man, and they find him eventually.
Oh boy, for BBL. We got 1, 2, 3. Let's sit around 2K.
The lead up by 3 at 4-1.
Yeah, it seems like that stack up, that aggressive positioning just didn't work out for BBL.
Here we go.
The showstopper did so
Whoa,
much damage. Like, it very
that's how he did it.
killed Yumpy, and I believe there was even some sort of stun.
There had to be
that
some
held
kind
him
of damage
in place
there.
as well. A supportive utility doing damage, but again, it's Chronicle at the top. But this time, Althea is there alongside him. A 4-1 start already on the attack, and you can kind of understand why BBL have opted to go for a
The Razor's 70 HP. Yeah, that makes a lot of
winning
sense.
that one round, having it slip away.
Because I can't imagine it did much more than 70.
Really don't want to let this one slip out of your grasp, but Fnatic run away with that attacking side. No telling how that defense is going to
it's a good
shape up,
timeout, obviously. It's just a very rough position for them to be in. But Sociable that is one away from his Razor. We're going to have a hero gun. I like the moment.
He's on fire.
There's something that
last map as well. Shutting him down seems to be one of the
could
biggest
do
problems
to get the ult and go for it in an eco. BBL
well.
proven to like their ults in the eco for sure.
Chamber previous map, now sitting 8-3 coming into round number 6. This is a performance that's going to be hard to put any sort of a break on, and for BBL
Rocket
coming
hit
into
Yumpy, that's why the nade
here,
finished him off, right?
More difficult.
Yeah, and that's sort of also the fun thing about having someone like Chronicle in your team. He can play
Chronicle quietly on a heater. He's been good every map.
Anything. They could put him on Duelist and he's still put up numbers. So
he was
it's a
quietly
spot
fragging pretty heavy on Fracture as well.
This time we're having an aggressive Sentinel. He's like, all right, I'll switch it up. I'll play the Initiator. He's like, all right, this time.
What's the plan at the moment? The one thing we haven't seen from Fnatic is the classic B hit where the Yoru goes back a sight.
I think that's fair to say.
Okay, I thought this might happen, something like this. We go aggro over towards B main, we get the Razor, and then now we have a chance to try like isolate one with the Razor, and then maybe pick up some guns.
But same result.
They isolate one, anything can happen with the Razor.
The
this is also what I was talking about Chronicle, right? We said we're going to be on camera watch over towards middle. They put the camera towards middle, they spot, and then they pick it up, 15-second cooldown. It'll be here ready for the A hit, maybe over towards site. They want to use that.
There's a long career left for Chronicle and probably plenty more trophies to come. Either way.
There we go, camera over towards hit, see if someone's close. They realize someone's close. They get the kill because of it.
Something
using
that
the
ready for. After that first map, there are expectations.
Oh, not this again. Using the Cypher like an initiator.
A little bit of classic magic, and Sociable has popped the ult, but there's no one.
He's getting nothing for it. That's a very nice kill from Vac though.
Vac, 2K last time, he had a much weaker pistol, won't get it done.
Some good damage.
But damage onto Boaster could be pivotal. Sociable, we have to look to bring them back into this. That's a bit more damage done. They're being chipped away on. Because eventually these players group up. Now it's Sociable who will lead. Profek maybe to try and pick the rifle up after. I'm completely wrong. It's the classic
nice shot.
Charging
Again, I feel like I've said that about 10 times for him. Nice shot as well. But everyone's hitting him. It was good though, but they did good damage. Same about the Razor. But
even here today, but it's not to be on split. 5-1. Fnatic, after that pause, still taking the victory. But what they will have discussed in that pause, Tom, probably mainly focused on this coming round.
For sure. I think as well, like, we are seeing more and more Fnatic just expecting Loon. Like, we saw it last map where he didn't have the Yoru, but
is on fire right now.
They know exactly where he's coming from. And, well, as it said, Chronicle is the one a lot of the time doing the punishing.
I'm wrong, he is.
Operator back for Loon, so at least the
I think this is the B hit.
Favor him a little bit.
I think this is the B hit that they like to do. Boaster gets the op out. Op holding here already. Another big buy run for BBL. I think you're going to see the Yoru go down here, use the clone for mid, go back over towards here with a TP that lands towards back of B, and then you're going to see a flash that goes over towards B, and he's going to take the TP back to site. Oh, or we're going to see Yoru ult and split over towards it. Sure. 1, 2. Off the pass and back aside as well.
That's the op scene as well. Danger man, known about and coming out of this ult, he detects.
I like this though. This is good from BBL. No one makes too many risks. Dude, look at Chronicle while this is all going on. Sneaks over to
Yumpy on the ropes, but he comes out unscathed. That's Chronicle, who's had such a good game so far. Now Crashies falls as well, and the numbers for Fnatic way behind.
Oh, the Nightfall is not going to make things any easier. Sound removed. Boaster trying to pull out some montage moments with this operator, but it's only going to be the one. And now left onto Alpha.
Fade all into Omen ult back aside. Didn't hear it. The nade's going to take him down. Oh my goodness. 25 HP, kind of doable. 2 bullets. Nicely done. This is cool from BBL. I'm very impressed though. Yeah, just the fade all into Omen ult combo for back aside. So both had no idea is behind it. So good try from Alpha. There was a lot going on here. This is mental. I'm not sure that should ever happen, but here we are.
BBL have some bite. Their defensive side early on. They needed it. This could have been a huge streak of
That's incredible.
What? Because he is deafened. He just TP completely behind him. I missed that at the moment, but that's insane.
You also got to be thinking in his shoes like, geez, they moved the wall up a little bit. Did they put a box here? What's? Well, you find out a little too late.
Well, it was Boasty, you know, maybe just.
Dude. Someone did him dirty. Max just shot it. But, I mean, it does at least bait it in very heavy. As much as it owned him, it baited them in. Like, I don't think the op is here, that's for sure. This guy shot it from back of sight. To the camera. It's a long cooldown for that now.
From the defense.
I don't like seeing the judge here like this. Like, especially with how much he sort of jiggle peeking.
Dude, Alpha on top of the frog. No one ever goes this fast.
Any moment. In fact, it was Chronicle to take the fight, which, if anything, is as dangerous right now. Not more.
Over towards. So they kind of realized lots of people over towards middle. We're pushing over towards B to break this trip, and now they're gonna send it mid as they realize that they reactively push this. And sure.
Do as much damage as expected.
I mean, there was no damage really.
That one almost scot-free. And again, this mid pressure coming through.
Terminal over towards B main to pinch on this guy. Perfect's made an absolute play though. No way. 20 HP.
That could have been the
give him any other gun, he wins that.
Full control for BBL. Instead, a disastrous outcome. A judge going up into heaven. Vac backing him up and huge.
Ooh, Vac got the extra kill heaven here.
Another and sociable on the side with no intention to let this
shout out to Vac. Vac did great there.
Who comes falling down to his death.
Yumpy, good judge tech. Proud of that.
That looked dicey for BBL, but what a recovery.
Yeah, the recovery was good. I felt like Vac did great.
Like the judge supported by Vac, who I think
even got a little bit unfortunate with this. I felt like Perfect owned it.
Thus far, I'm just setting up behind to make sure that those trades come in.
Nice.
One enemy
yeah, Yumpy did so much damage to that guy, Heaven.
Well, that is about as cursed to death as you're going to get. 5-3. The pause definitely seeming like
the PAL coach cam is awesome.
If you can't beat the judge, maybe you join the judge.
Oh, the jumping player drew his eye. Loon miles away as well.
How's he allowed to TP out of there?
Hopefully to be used for a B rotation. Instead, he's disconnected from the action. They used that to take Heaven. Drop down on Yumpy. BBL under heavy threat. And this attack side could go anywhere. Take the vents to middle and rush
Keep an eye on Sociable. He's going to be able to close out all the middle if he keeps pushing, which means the Yoru probably should double back over towards site. And then Omen can watch spawn.
They're going to box these Fnatic players in pretty soon.
The only worry, though, is it leaves them all very disjointed, which for Fnatic playing as a group, that could actually be their best case scenario.
Yeah, they're going to the right setup.
Most of the time, you still got that showstopper as a potential opener. And for some of these
Alpha's
kills,
going to absolutely send this.
Trade potential. Like, I'm looking at the position. Loon's just going to go down. Spike planted as well. Like the back of the site becomes less and less valuable. And as said, it's just 1v1 after 1v1. This is exactly what Fnatic wanted. They win every
very
single
nice from Fnatic. Shout out to Boaster getting the first kill. Kind of snowballed into a madness after them.
Next to nothing. Pure domination. Sociable, you said he had
the
that
nade
mid control,
kill was gutting.
In the end, it didn't matter.
Fnatic are putting up big numbers on attack, but it is double dive against double dive, so you normally expect like a 7-5. So it's not too wild or out of control yet.
Very early just because of these issues.
But it is looking nice for
And
Fnatic.
Fnatic being able to so quickly fight their way back into that round. But for BBL, they strung together a couple. The chance to fight right back is there. But as these attacking rounds build up and up, Tom,
Had some nice movement there.
if you're BBL, you really want to put a stop to it here and now. 6 rounds, already quite a lot for a team we don't expect to be weak on the defense.
No, like this is definitely troublesome. And I think that's got to be, you can see it, a frustrating round, because that was sort of Fnatic coming in with weaknesses. They didn't even have to use
this round
the
could get a little bit wild, and probably needs to get a little bit wild.
How badly that round went.
Let's have some fun.
Because
And now Fnatic 6
they
and 3 in the
can,
lead on the attack side.
yeah, money's so
Build that
low for
economy up
BBL.
even
Like, it
further.
needs to get wild. Sociable
Now
needs to
it's
get an
Crashy's turn. It seems like we're
all
playing
your
up roulette.
Oh, I like this though. There's a lot of pressure about the orbs at the moment,
Defensive
right?
side
Everyone's
got
talking about
Walker,
orbs,
so
even
there's
me.
currently nobody
And so
watching,
Fnatic are obviously
eventually
talking about it.
Monster has
So
gone
why
back to
all
have
the
a look.
focus
Keeper, I
is
was
over
gonna say, he
towards
might be
the
in for a nasty
sides. They
surprise,
walk,
but
push
he's
down
been
middle.
winning a lot
I like
of
the
these
overall
battles.
idea. I do like it. It makes a lot of
Somehow
sense.
Kayak dies.
And they get the trades at least.
I feel like that's unlucky.
It's a cool idea. This was this
He
push.
stepped back to give Boaster a hand, but clearly my guy didn't need any help. Chronicle has managed to do Chronicle things, creeping up into heaven, but he'll be spotted soon, walking right into Loon.
Nice kill.
Lands the shot.
At least they know that he left over towards middle now.
Dispatching another member of
For sure,
Fnatic.
not
Now
even
they look
close.
to the B site. The ultimate used by Loon will clear them out soon. Perhaps not. It's gone down mid. There's a gate crash to move to A. There it is. One player spotted.
These
Two
guys,
players
the
spotted,
Yori
in
ults
fact.
have been really
Still the flash,
crazy.
still the decoy.
Okay.
Fake out
I was
that
really
presence in
hoping
mid.
we didn't see
Using the gate crash
a mad
back over
one.
towards the A site. Now Fnatic have to clear all these angles. It'll run the clock down further. But they've moved to heaven, and I see Raze is going there.
Cairo,
Showstopper
thank
time
you so
perhaps
much for the
30
raid, bro.
seconds. It's
I
a
hope
big
your stream was good.
Especially
Welcome,
now with the
Raiders. Thank you, bro.
additional smoke
Appreciate
down.
that.
They're just selling
had a good
ideas
stream.
that there's a lot of players in these
We watch
current
putting
spots
as well.
that they need to clear. In fact, they're both within the site. Nothing being heard on the other side is also going to start that rotation. There goes the showstopper, and actually, it leaves just.
Oh
He's
no,
been
dude.
tagged down enough
Not
for
like
Crashies to get
this.
the kill.
BBL had a pretty good
It leaves
round
the other
going.
two not quite close to the action, and Fnatic have sort of clutched at straws and come up big right at the end of the round. It leaves
Got
back
close
to try and
time-wise
clutch,
as
and
well.
I don't know if he's got
7.
this in his locker.
And BBL have
Just
to
the
eco,
perfect
so you would
adjustments
imagine
made by
8.
Fnatic every step of the way. Never mind if it's doable. Vax wondering if it's even worth the risk. With that rifle
Watch
and
part
low
in the
economy,
northeast
it's
lower
the correct call.
Swiss. Oh,
To
okay.
leave this
Very nice.
and allow Fnatic to push up to 7. The attacking
How many rounds do you think BBL
building.
needs? They need to somehow
Not a
win the
great sign.
eco.
We do
I'm not
expect
sure
the
4's
defense
enough,
walking
dude.
away with most of those
We need to
rounds.
get 5.
This one especially 3v4, late rotations through mid. A gamble, 20 seconds left. Mad
played Marvel
disadvantage.
Rivals.
Alpha
Nah,
pops
it looks
the
fun
ult
though.
as the smoke fades, and they see if they can find the opening. Catching the first player. The showstopper dealing the damage that's converted by the Sheriff. BBL tried their best, but this wasn't a round that was meant to be. Now it's just 2 left to play for. These 2 will make all the difference as to how this second half shapes up.
It actually worked so wonderfully. I think it was Boaster gets the flash placed to perfection, gets a free kill, and then it means Althea can just do the rest, clearing out with the showstopper. He's definitely having a better time for himself playing this Raze. It is something we've always known that he's been able to play, but
Hey, it looks like Sociable agrees with me that they have to try win this
the
round
likes of
somehow,
Durka,
so he
it
buys an extra hero
really
gun into it.
necessary in the past. It seems like they've split roles here, and you can see they're starting to expect
And
this
they went
aggression
for the
once again.
same
They've tried it
strat,
a
but they
couple
get
of
the
times. Even
trades,
still,
but they don't
with how
pick up
bad
the gun.
Weaponry is here. A 1-for-1 trade is not awful.
That is true.
It's also how direct that player is, just swinging immediately up close, catching them off guard, landing a kill. This is what Loon seems to be a specialist at.
Am I going to watch Party Americas? Yeah, for sure. We might miss the
time
beginning of
ticks on,
NRGC
see
9
this
though.
attacking side still with that
You would
patient
imagine.
face displayed. Not looking to move too quickly out of position, sending Kayak to the other side of the map to take a little bit of space past that trap wire. But the spike, well, they have to go with it, and it seems to be moving up towards the vents.
Well, they took their time to throw the guns out of the map just to make sure that there is nothing to be retrieved. They want to make sure that BBL's weak purchase stays a weak purchase. It's only Vac with a gun, and well, again, he might be in the right place at the right time. But how many miracles can he pull off?
30 seconds
we already
left.
saw it not too long ago.
Okay.
Well, Prophet's done well to start.
They'll do
He's
good if everyone can
immediately
get their
traded out.
one.
This
We've got
at
2
least
backers sight. We've got
puts the
20
timer
seconds, so they
on
can't
the
really
side
pivot
of
too
these
much. They got to
remaining players
commit.
at the back. Vac
Oh,
with
not
that
this again.
burst and a rotation
Back
just
once
not
again,
possible.
2v2.
He will have to do everything though. Yumpy is so desperately far away, and Crash is maybe caught out a little bit, but it doesn't matter.
Big kill from Boaster.
Boaster's the one to land the shot. And while this time it's a safe plant, no chance for Yumpy to disrupt.
They might even have seen him just as that smoke.
Okay, very,
blew.
very
Whether
nice.
they
Bieber
did or
had their
not,
chance
Boaster
for this for sure.
steadfast holding the angle, lands the kill.
For sure,
An
for
8th
sure.
round for Fnatic.
You're going to
This-
Iceland in March. What's something I shouldn't miss? I've
after
heard
the
up
first
north
map
is very,
looked like
very
it'd be
nice
a
and
very
worth going
different
to.
series.
Not that I've gone there and
Second
can speak from
dominant for
experience, but I will be
Fnatic
doing
with a
that
couple of
later
rounds
this year.
They go to BBL
So
in
I would
convincing
say
fashion,
that,
but
but
right
again,
here, right
it's
now,
just what
Tom,
people tell me.
there's not much of a heartbeat left. It's starting to fade for BBL. They come into this defensive round.
How many attack rounds do you think is too
Showstopper
many?
online,
I
a
think
few
this is
ultimates
too
to back
many.
it up of lesser
8 is
impact.
definitely too many.
They don't put
That's my
4 on the
issue.
board. Their chances
9
are not
is for
looking
sure
very good
too many, but
for the recovery on their attack.
It's definitely going to be difficult.
Isn't
We've seen
4v4 better
teams
for
do it
attackers?
before,
Yeah,
but
but you
you
gotta
don't
take a
wanna
bit of a
leave it
risk anyway. So
that
like 1-for-1
much up to
trades on
chance.
ecos, gun-wise
I'll say as
is
well, I
rough.
think it's clear that Boaster definitely
They would have
spent
liked
most
to
of
have
the
retained the
offseason
gun.
DMing. Like, he's been looking very good throughout this series so far.
Energy vs C9 is the second game
Wow, that's a
apparently.
trend for
Fake teleport.
the
Wait, really?
future.
Time to jump.
Fnatic will be
I mean, I'm down
forced
for
to
it
be
if that's
reckoned
true.
with BBL,
I thought it was
though.
first
They've
game.
proven that they can fight with the best of them. Taking
No,
down
it's not. It's
GX
first
already
game.
in
Yeah,
the
that's what I
tournament,
thought.
Taking the first map in this series, and okay,
Oh,
the last
that's
map
annoying.
definitely didn't go amazingly well. Showstopper goes in, but it actually does barely any. I think it's caught. No, that didn't catch Alpha because that's not where he was. So it's not done much damage at all.
Yeah, able to evade it completely. Fnatic now fill back in that space that was given up by BBL just moments ago.
Broadcast said it was second game yesterday.
Sociable stepped back in.
The
but
9
it's
coach
not
said
even-
they play
oh,
second.
He wasn't looking to
Ooh.
fight it. Now he's getting close.
Chat.
Judge, good for the first
Imi
fight.
doesn't lie.
Perhaps it's close. Very low
But
on
you
HP.
might be
was
lying about
alpha
Imi,
after
that's the
first
issue, yeah.
burst, but
30
he'll
seconds
still
left.
survive. The advantage.
Okay,
for
it was a good
Fnatic.
reaction
Now
over
the
towards
plant
B main
looking
once they
towards
lost
the site,
Heaven.
and it will be found. A little bit of
And they
extra
have no idea
info
that the Yori's
to be
pushing
gathered by
behind. So
Kyle.
Yori should have a
Confirmed
kill
there's a player
here.
inside of main. Plant landed. Cosmic
Oh
divide.
no.
Spike
To
planted.
allow
Oh,
Prophet
no.
to close the distance. To get up close.
Oh god,
In mid,
I was so worried.
tucked in, has players coming. He's looking the wrong way though. Chronicle was on his
That's my
screen,
bad.
but he
I'll
didn't
accept
realize
it.
that.
I'll accept
Well,
it.
that
I'll
is their
accept all flame.
downfall. Oh, they're falling across the
Oh,
map.
they
Easy
only got
trades,
3
just back
rounds.
left.
Yeah, this would have to be one of the best. I don't think it's going to be happening. An incredibly clean half from the side of Fnatic.
Sanji, thank you for saying that, of
9-3
course.
up, currently firmly in the lead. We'll see if
Trump's
going into
accountant with the
second
Prime,
half,
thank you
they
so
can convert
much.
This one and get their
Appreciate the whole
first
year.
victory in EMEA 2025.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Classic. Whoa. Gonna mute the sound as always. Okay, second. It's the second game, chat. That's awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That is awesome. The big win. Does my girlfriend hate Valorant because of constant co-streams? Nah, not really. She doesn't play many. Well, that's a lie. She plays a lot of Animal Crossing, kind of Switch games. But she's very understanding with how much I work, which has to happen because otherwise this wouldn't, this all wouldn't work. Yeah, she's awesome. If you had to pick one team as the best, wait, what? You had to pick one team as an all-time best. The all-time best. The problem is it's like meta. Everyone was good at their own meta. You would probably say Fnatic.
Just a couple rounds left to unwrap them.
Yeah, I think we look at BBL now and go, have you run out of steam? Like, it was this like the
probably
explosive start to the game where you
Fnatic.
managed to catch your opponent off guard, and then Fnatic have slowly moved
Champs.
their way back into things.
Yeah, I think they messed
or
up
do you still
Champs,
have
though.
more in the locker to show? Because I think
The problem was
going
the
in
meta
here
didn't change
with
too
that
much.
sort of
They had
double
2
controller
masters of
setup,
metas.
there's definitely opportunities
Like
for
the
them to
same
have a
meta.
pretty impressive look to this attack side.
2022?
There is going to be an insane reliance on Yumpi.
Was it
though. Like, that
2022?
is
No,
the
it wasn't
majority of
2022. It was
your
2023.
utility, at least in terms
Yeah
of
man with the
information,
Prime.
space clearing
Or
that he's going to have to do.
Yee
Otherwise,
man.
you are just
Nah, just
expecting,
man. Just double
well,
M. Thank you for the
Loon
Prime.
sort
Thank
of
you.
like
Welcome
dry
to Slug
peaks,
Club.
but we'll have to see if that's the case.
Well, I mean, it's fair to say as well, you talk about BBL running out of steam, and again, for those of you that didn't join us earlier, or maybe might
Do
not
my
know
parents
about BBL
understand what I
situation,
do? My
if you're
dad
playing
does.
with a
My dad
stand-in,
watches,
back looking
my granddad
spectacular,
watches, my
definitely,
mum,
an uptick
I've
on
probably
the other
explained
day,
it
but
about
with
20
limited
times,
prep
has
time,
no
you
idea
kinda
what's going
expect
on.
that. But it's a
Yeah,
team
she
that
understood,
had
you know when I
issues
used to
in
do
even getting
observing,
players
she
here in the
understood
first
that.
place
And that took
with the
about
less prep time.
30 times
And
to
now
explain.
they're coming into this.
So,
in
maybe
3
10 more
days,
times and
they
then she'll
played
get it.
6 unique maps. So it really is a test for them, and I think you have to applaud them for looking so good on so many of the maps. They haven't just gotten bogged
my
down.
dad's
Even looking
very
at Fracture,
game
Alive is
savvy.
13-8
He's
to
probably the
Fnatic, as you
reason I'm
see,
a gamer
or
anyway.
you will see in your screens when we get back into the game, or you will have seen earlier. But the reality is, a lot of those rounds that Fnatic won did come down to one player left alive as well. So they put up one hell of a fight so far. We'll see if that
Who's my
continues
favorite Dark Horse
into
run?
the 6th map,
The
second
EMEA?
half, and split
Might
attack
go with the
side.
Gentlemates.
It's not known for being the most forgiving, and when you're trailing by 6, it's a very
From what I've
daunting
seen.
task.
Yeah, I will say,
Kato
compositionally,
XE, thank you for
it's
doing that,
very
bro.
possible.
Thank you, thank
like,
you.
You've got yourself that double duelist for explosive attack takes. You've got yourself the double controller to give them the sort of shielding they need, and then
Is my
if
dad on
Yumpi can
chat? Yeah,
get
sometimes.
off the mark,
Sometimes he's
they-
there.
it
Sometimes
looks
he'll
like
give a little
something that
chat.
definitely can
to
work
join
for
in.
them. The problem is you're then relying on what
He hasn't
has been
flamed
maybe
anyone yet.
underwhelming
I'm not sure that's
performances
his
from the other
style. I've
side,
seen
and
this
in
with
this
some of
map,
the
that hasn't really happened. Like,
NA
Alpha
dads
has
like to
been
do.
hitting everything. Chronicle has had the
But
last couple
I
of
think
maps
it's
have been
America's
literally
parents. They like to
insane.
flame a little bit.
Crashy's Boaster, they're all up there. Okay, maybe Kayak's a little
Rooney,
bit
hello.
further down the board than you might
2023
want, but for the
C9.
Boaster, the last
The
half, he was playing
all-time
a
team.
lurky
That's
Yoru,
actually
which,
true.
hey,
I forgot
if he
about
had,
that one.
like 20 kills, we would have already ended this game. They would have had the 12-0 half. So
Does my dad
I
like
think
TMV?
the
Probably.
reality is
He's actually, he
there would
probably
have to
has
be a
watched
massive
TMV. He
shift
watches some of the
in
plat
how
chat.
everything has gone
Probably.
so far in order for BBL to turn this
I
game
guess
back
I'll
in their
ask him if you
favor.
want me to ask him.
And as you said, like this has been
He normally
a
likes
long
most
series,
people, so
a lot of
I
breaks
would
along
imagine
the
so.
way. I don't see it happening. And I'm also looking at the current purchase, which is an old school strat called the Raid Boss, which is somebody has dropped the Sheriff to Althea and he also has light shields. So you're basically going, how are we planning on winning this pistol round?
Why is there
We're
so
gonna
many
take
tech
Althea
pauses?
and make him basically indestructible. And he's Althea, which kind of meant that that wasn't necessary.
Is my
You're looking
dad
as
an
well,
Artist
mention
fan?
all
What are these
those
questions?
boys.
I bet he
Chronicle
knew of
on a
Artist when I
tear.
used to
It's
coach
funny to
Artist
see
in Fish
those first
123.
2 maps, I pulled it up because again, 13
But if he watched his
13-8, I
stream,
think it's a fair comparison.
I'm not sure it would be
stats-wise.
his kind of thing
Player
to
with the
watch.
most
let's
kills
say
across
that.
those first 2 is Boaster. He's got 37. Rest of the boys trailing. That's on the server as well. So it really is remarkable. 7-3 in opening duels. This guy's uptick. Never been a bad player by any account, and certainly when you look at impact, value brought to the team. But here, individually, you know, if you just mute the guy's mic, he's still bringing value, and that's very good
I'm
to
curious
see.
as well. Do you
Does
wanna
my friends
follow
and family
clutches?
listen to
I feel
X
like in
Scramble?
the
My
last
dad's
map,
definitely listened to it. Yeah, I showed him
would have
it.
at least had a
For
few.
both maps or just one? You want both?
Dealer's choice.
It
Let's
is.
go
It is
both.
a classic.
Well, we've got, yeah, I mean, it's a lot more clutches for the side. Well, I suppose 1v1s wise, it's a lot more.
Yeah.
When it comes to 1v2s,
What's my favorite agent to play
definitely leading
slash
for BBL
watch?
by 1. Extra 1v3 as well. But Boaster, he's only had 1v1s. It's not been big.
Raze
for
is
him.
still
that's what
pretty
I mean.
fun, man.
He's got 3, but that's what I mean. There
Kinda
was like
like
a lot
playing
of
Raze.
late round things.
Old
where it
Raze
came
with the
down to him
judge though.
versus
That was
someone, and he
the
winning them out.
ultimate.
Winning the 1v1s.
Neon.
More importantly, I suppose, though, he's putting up
Chamber?
the numbers
It probably
round
is
to
Chamber
round.
now,
The
but you asked me that in
consistency is there. Because it's not unheard of for an IGL to put up
2022,
numbers
when
when
I
in
was
a
Chamber
1vx. God B
I'm
is the
not
best
saying
example
Chamber.
because I think it was
That
just
meta was
night
around
and
for a
day.
long,
If he had a
long
teammate
time.
alive, he was a bot. If he didn't, he was a god. It was unbelievable. For Boaster, he's putting up the round-to-round impact
Okay,
while
we're
still
finally
leading the pack.
here.
That's damn impressive. And 9-3
One of the
right
longer
now, especially against some of these
best of
young
threes,
guns,
this
your
one, no
loons,
doubt
your
about it.
sociables, who've just been tearing people
And we
apart.
get a
Sorry,
raid
yeah.
boss. We got Sheriff, Armor.
Sorry.
It was the one example that didn't work.
Your loon, and then crazy players like Sociable. He's definitely up there for individual skill.
Well, there goes the raid boss.
There's both
There you
of them.
go. You put all of your money, all your eggs in one basket. And yeah, absolutely nothing. Good start for the side of BBL. In fact, they are going
Okay, nice
as
trades on this
quickly
one.
as humanly possible.
It's a much
Blink and you
needed
miss
and
it.
much
The round
welcome
is
pistol
already
for
over,
them.
and
That
BBL have
is
themselves a
pistol
Well,
score
you say
ending
their
at
names and they
4-2,
deliver.
last map
That's a 2K
1-1.
for Loon and for Sociable, the young guns. See, I'm being very kind to him, you know, Tom. Age is just a number. It's about how you feel. And Sociable, he's young at heart. Certainly young in terms of the aim
Did
department.
Vitality
My
already
goodness,
play?
he's
No, they play
delivering.
next.
So for BBL, a pistol round, a very necessary win for this squad. 9-3 down, attack side. You lose that pistol, pack your bags. It's time to go. I mean, it's up for bracket. You don't got to go anywhere. But
Okay, Yumpy's believing. The
It's good to see
spirits are
Yumpy's
high.
definitely still in. He knows it's possible. He's hyped. He's ready to go.
Yeah, he's
And
the
I
hype
think,
man.
again,
He's always
that's
been
the
that.
important thing is whether or not, if they believe they can do this, you know that they have some of the individual players to do it. And I feel like on this attack side,
A hero
opportunity to
Bucky.
be a little bit more
I'm a
direct.
big fan of a
lot their
hero Bucky
aggression
on
was
defense, to be
really
honest, for the
countered by
eco.
Fnatic. They were so ready
I'm
for it,
surprised we don't
especially
see it
Chronicle
more.
was just aware
A very good
of
map
everything
for
being
it.
attempted, whereas these all-in
Sometimes I would
peaks
even
can
say
be
that
so
2 are
impactful.
okay instead of
That
like sheriffs that
about to be
people buy.
pressured, but he's gonna
Do I
find both kills
want
for
my
it.
double
Again, that
classics
leaves the A side of the
sending
map
it when I
very
have a
open indeed.
Bucky?
You can already see the remainder of BBL.
I don't think so.
And for the most part,
It's been a couple
I
of
was
them
gonna
from
say Fnatic, but it's
Fnatic,
only
right? Where
Alfie
someone
who's
buys a
gone.
play, and it feels like
back with
the
another
other people are
Bucky.
making
This
a
time
play
it is his
before
primary weapon,
the gunner
though,
would like to
unlike
make a
last
play,
time
gets a
where he had
chance.
tour de force.
That's 2 now.
slight difference in the expected impact, I suppose.
A little bit.
Especially as he has stepped off the site that they're on their way towards. Pushing mid with a Bucky. Ambitious play. But to the side of BBL, they walk straight into a spike in hand and a free plan to be found in terms of investments. If Fnatic can drop 2 players here, the cost will start to add up. Just
Give
in the
me the
shield
spike.
department, but
Give me that plant.
using that Marshall.
With the
Any more
Razor
than that,
alley.
and we're talking real impact. Thing is, Alpha, it's going to come down to timing. He might have a window here. Vac looking the right way, though, has spotted him. Bucky, not expected. Now he wants to create some distance, but it's a little too
What
late.
happened to the
Look at
body?
Prophet
Half
trades.
disappeared.
Yeah, it's a minor irritation, mainly because it was only a ghost, so it's not really anything.
Yeah, it
too bad
doesn't
lost.
cost too much,
You
but
might expect the remaining players on Fnatic to, or just wait here, see if anybody goes through the vents. Which,
what's my
if they
thoughts
do,
about
I'll be
EG?
bit
Needs a little bit of
frustrated
time.
because there's not
There's a
any
lot of
reason to
mistakes
do
from
that.
EG.
And if they don't,
In
dive to
terms
the
of
spike. And you can see that
macro
Sociable
play,
is hanging around a
micro
little
play,
bit
and just
longer, only has
player
himself
decision making.
the Marshall, maybe hoping he can catch
If I'm
someone
fully
with it.
honest, I was really
May
happy that I
do.
got to see a
It's gonna come down to
chamber
timing
on
here.
Ye.
Oh,
But
geez,
I was
Yumpy, and then
really
Crashes goes
disappointed
down
with
to
the
spike.
poll.
So all in all, similar results.
I was kind of
Here's an extra
very
orb for
heavily
Yumpy,
disappointed with how
but more
EG played
importantly, an extra
overall.
round for BBL.
Well, every little helps at this point. 2 in a row. Here's where the real
And their
difficulty
jerseys,
starts,
their
though.
jerseys did not
Get
disappoint.
back onto the server.
The jersey did not disappoint.
Fnatic
That
have got rifles.
was a welcome
Mixed
surprise.
bag for BBL. For the most part, strong, a bulldog alongside that Marshall, looking to deal the damage. Now for Fnatic, defense definitely has a lot of comfort
Lil,
to it.
thank
and
you
the
so much
push
for the
towards
5
A
months.
site
Thank you.
looks to be quite direct. A lot of players here. Smoke already
appreciate that.
pulled back for the cross, and it's gotten them a lot of distance towards
Thank
heaven.
you for the tier
The main
1,
thing
mate.
about these weaker buys is it's harder on range. Fnatic are going to have a lot of advantage when it comes to those range
Lower
duels,
floor
but
played well.
BBL have
They
closed
had
in
some
the
good
distance.
setups
They've
as
got
well.
a lot
Like
of
a lot of
nasty
peaks were
angles
from
as well.
Mosey's
And
flash.
they've got the double smoke, so they can literally
And individually,
create
Floor looked
paths for
great.
themselves to get up close
I think
to
they're
opponents. That is one of the major
probably
values of it. Is there's
gonna
so
look
many
a lot
angles that you
better
can just
once they get their
section off.
5.
They're
But
trying
that
to
is
give
not a diss to
opportunities
Odorous because I think he played fantastic.
for damage on some of those weapons. That you get that Marshall up close, unless you're sociable, it's not going to work. But still leaving some doubt. You can even see the
Very
rotation.
nice
Nice
kill.
shot from Prophet. This leaves the pressure on to Chronicle.
There's a lot of
Something
pressure
we
on
mentioned
Chronicle.
as excitement when it comes to this man on Sentinel. A chance for him to display what he's got, and it
Ooh.
turns out it's nothing.
Yeah, I'd like to close that display.
Okay, no one give them anything. No one give them anything.
Fnatic
This
now
is a
locked down
bonus.
for
They're going to be
3v5.
forced to
What's the
save.
decision? This is a big
Very
investment
nice.
round.
Hold
It's
up,
not like
chat.
they've got a
Hold up,
massive
hold up,
bonus
hold up.
rolling for them. They haven't got a lot
Because
of credits to
we...
fall back on.
It can't get any better for BBL.
So fall back is
Yampy's going to
exactly
be able to
what they
pick up
will
one of
do.
these guns at the end.
Poster and crashes
Got
to the B site.
3,000. In terms of rebuys, they got
One man.
1 armor, that's it.
Left to
Obviously
stick
all
around
the
and
util,
make
but
it
that doesn't
costly.
matter.
That is Alpha year. Main
It can't get
concern
much better
is the
for this
walk
with
around from
BBL.
back. He stands a
Yampy
chance
takes
of
the
dropping
risk to
some of
pick
these
up the
weapons.
gun, picks up the gun.
I think the main person that would need to worry would be Crashes. It does seem like he's watching roughly in the right
Yampy,
direction,
don't do it.
but I
Oh,
think
actually,
both are just going to end up.
you got a lot of money.
hiding
Yampy,
in
do
the
it. Go
corners.
for it.
Maybe Althea as well. Under
Yeah,
three.
okay.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna
you can
get
save the
caught.
gun.
That's a
Oh
huge
my
weapon to
goodness.
take, and now Vac comes around again. He's gonna wipe
Okay.
everybody. That's
They didn't lose
massive for BBL.
anyone.
Obliterating the economy of Fnatic, and whoa. Pulling
Yeah, I
that
didn't realize how
gap
good their money
ever
was.
Closer.
A good
I
hunt.
also really like this round from BBL. Like the thing with this composition, as said, is you're expecting explosiveness. You have all of the sort of the smokes and then, well, the dagger of that double duelist where you can get yourself into the back lines, into positions that are awkward. So they put that in early. They go, okay, look, our Raze is gone. Our utility's being sent through with him. We have ourselves so much to, look, the Prowler's gone as well. And you're going, okay, this is a fast take. And then they just stop. And stop for 30
Flash,
seconds, and it
Omen
puts the doubt, and a
TP.
player rotates away.
1,
and that's enough
2,
for, I think
double
it was a free kill
bucking.
onto
Where are
Kayak
they?
from Profec.
One on B
Just
site.
massive stuff, 'cause they
Probably going to try
obviously
go a little
looking
bit
for
closer once the
information
smoke
in
goes
that
in.
moment.
And then we got one over
Patience
towards
played out to full
Vents.
effect.
We have a
Speaking of
double
patience,
push on middle
that's
right
exactly what I
now.
was going to highlight, Tom. Down there on mid, we've got Sociable tucked in, waiting for this push to come through. Now, it almost went all the way, and it may in just a moment. Althier's here, and he was there. He is gone quickly.
Very nice.
And ever
Good
vigilant
aim
and
as well.
clear in
Love
the
the
corners.
pre-aim on
It
this
was a
one.
necessity. In this round where Fnatic have so many weaknesses, it's likely that they hide away.
Timing?
Oh, Sociable. This could be the end for
Clean.
him. Never mind. Tripling up.
Just like the others.
A big round
Added
for
into
this
the frag
man.
movie.
An ult already online. And it is, as we said, weaknesses across the board. Surely this is it. There you go. Finally
They do
meets
pick
his
up a
end.
gun with
Still
this one
somehow
as well,
crashes
though.
with a rifle.
Crashies can
I
buy
don't think
next
Sociable
round
will mind
anyway.
too
Might
much.
try and do a bit of damage. No point in
6,500
saving,
credits
really.
Before
Can probably
he
just like
gets
slow play it.
credits at the end of this round, and for Crashies, it's kind of one of those scenarios where he has the credits to buy in the next round anyway. His ult's not particularly close, but if he can farm up a few extra orbs, that would be nice. Chances of victory.
I actually
slim
like
to
the
none,
EG
but
jersey. Nah, it's
maybe a BBL a little bit
in
overzealous
competition
to
for the
face. You
worst
can already
jersey I've
see,
ever
though,
seen.
where Loon is currently sitting. He is waiting
But I
all the
respect
way
that they went
back
for something new.
towards the sewers. It's not going to be a fight. I'm off for Crashies now, just a hope to try and hold on to the gun, but that's the thing. BBL have kept the majority of these rounds relatively clean, even winning one of them as their bonus, so they got some upgrades along the way, and they've done a great job of wiping out these remaining players, and they will do it
Every
again
single
right at the
time.
last second. Another
Every single
ultimate orb
time they
balloon,
just
and another
punish them.
death
They don't
on
get the
board for
guns.
Fnatic.
This is honestly a remarkable recovery. And it's not like we've not seen a 4-0 start to a half and then the half slip away. Even Fnatic have been victims of that in this very series, or at least the 3-round start. The streak could be there.
Okay, it's
Fnatic
a
could
good
easily
time
close this out.
We've got a full buy going on here. Money's getting a
BBL
little bit out of
inspiring
control for
confidence as
the
they again and again
BBL.
rush into this Fnatic wall and find themselves victorious.
Looks like
4 in a
Boaster's doing a
row.
lot of the talking.
Coming into this round, Showstopper still online for Sociable. He's kept that in the back pocket for a very important one, which would be this, where Fnatic again invest into rifles. They put all their credits on the line. If BBL take this, not only is there a huge economic advantage, you can see it down the bottom, thanks to our beautiful graphics. They've got more than
Doable,
enough
very
credits to keep
doable, man.
throwing themselves at this. But it's the fact that Fnatic will then be equalized on
Their
that
attack
gap,
side with
that
double
little bit
duelist.
of mental solitude that you have.
I like the change up
knowing
getting
that
Kayak and
it doesn't
up.
matter what happens in the coming rounds, our lead
That should help a
will
lot. But I think
maintain.
he needs to go aggro
Now
like
it's
B main.
decaying.
It's also the Nightfall as well in
Or
combination.
aggro A.
Like, it would just give
Either
so
way,
much
he needs to
information
be
to
set up
Sociable to
to
find that
hold
opening kill
early
that
info somewhere.
realistically, if you don't get a kill off the back of it, something's gone wrong.
What I feel about the
I also
Sen
want to see
jersey,
more from Kayak,
I don't think I've
because
seen
although
it.
in the first half, him being a bit quieter down to a lurking Yoru, this is where
I'll
he
look at
has
it when
the
they
ability
play.
to get aggressive with that operator and do some damage. And right now, those opening picks have pretty much all been going in the opposite direction, and he has been some of them.
Looks like pick your poison start for BBL, spreading out to take control on both sides of the map, but Spike left in spawn for the rotation, gate crash for a quick movement from Loon. If he finds a lot of impact here, they could take it towards him. If he opens the site up entirely, but without any
This
contact to be
goes
found,
there,
he
but
just
I will
fakes out
say
that
that
util
Chronicle
and
has just
rotates.
instantly
Now
cleared
look
all
at
of this,
what
puts
that's
the
done.
camera
Already
down
players
as well, so this
leaving
Raze
the site,
nice
moving to
shot.
the other
This
side of the
Raze
map.
rotate can
This is
go
the problem.
towards the
They're
other
not here
side.
ready
Did
to
Loon
defend
have
as the
low
push comes through. Loon
light armor?
does
There's no
get
way
dropped,
that kills
but
otherwise.
Sociable hunting down some
like the
victims
pathing
leaves
towards
to
heaven.
abandon the A site completely.
I'm a little
Although
bit
the rocket
nervous
will
that he's
never be
going to
fired. It's
overextend
done
and
its
make it
job.
into a
It's bought the time if he
4v4.
steps into that, though, into that
But at least the rest
laneway,
of his
it
team
will
is
be
here
the
to back
last
him
step
up
he
and
takes in
trade.
this round. Fnatic waiting with the numbers to overwhelm.
He's trying to deny. Prophet trying to hold the line. He's done damage.
Really
and somehow
nice,
Sociable
man.
is still standing. Needs
Nice
to
shot
be the shot
again.
connected, and Kayak's done well. 2 kills already, and he can reveal the remainder. Knows where Vac is standing.
Spots
Will
them
he
both.
spot out? He
Spots
will.
them both.
That's
Flash
Yumpy's
out of
sneaky little
sight. Probably
spot
gets the
revealed.
kill as well.
This now becomes a bit of a problem. No safe haven to stand in,
Ooh,
but he'll
big
win the
miss.
fight versus Kayak. A player above, Boaster to eliminate. And now Vac is
Smoke
all
on the
that remains.
spike. Crashy
Already has
stick.
the start
Boaster
down.
holds.
Gravwell used a little bit early. They're not going to be able to
Wait,
get on
time's
that
really
spike
low.
just yet. He's trying to burn that clock down, but can't quite hit the shot. It's Boaster to land it. The time is gone.
He used the Gravwell right
Time
as he
is
knew they had
really
no more
low.
time.
The Astra
He had
Suck
that
secures
clock
it.
in his head. What
Oh,
a play.
boy.
And then sending himself out there just
Very nicely played.
because why not? Throw a
An
little
easy
bit of
one.
extra salt in the wounds and take him
You like
down.
the
Sure,
easy ones.
Vac falls, but not before he's locked in the dub. Close
Do I
the
have any
gap
energy
further.
left for
And
Pacific? Oh,
another
for sure.
round that
I'll have
comes
a
down
little
to such
little
a
nap. It'll
narrow
be good.
margin, but it
It'll be
doesn't
fine.
matter. 1 away from 9 and 9. Fnatic economy.
I'm excited to see
in
a
the
lot of
dumps.
teams as well. It should be good.
I am really blown away by the impact this squad's been able to have.
Yeah, this attack sides look really
well
good.
from
and
9-3.
Snowballing well.
BBL have brought it all the way back.
Low buy for Fnatic. It's still a pretty
talking
good low
about
buy.
it.
Double stinger.
Going into this half, there's something drastic
2
had
hero
to change,
guns.
and it seems that that is the case. Sociables looked fantastic.
Okay,
We're starting to
very
see
nice.
life in
Clone
Loon.
to break the trip. They break the trip. Still not actual pressure
I do
made
think
middle,
that
but now you would
talking of
imagine the
impact, I
smoke
think
over
Vac
towards
probably
middle would
takes the
really do
biscuit.
bits.
Couple of rounds that spring to mind that
Especially with this many
has
smokers, I'm
brought home
imagining
for
this
this
gets
squad.
smoked off any second.
it's always difficult as a stand-in. A lot of the time you are going to be left, especially he's replacing Chiwe, he's that isolated player. For now though, another aggressive spot from Kayak. That's the thing, last round he was successful. Found 2 openers for the team, it still wasn't enough. This time they're expecting him in this position.
Yeah, I think BBL might have messed up a little bit. Well, I say that this kite goes straight into the
Kayak's
open,
down.
really
BBL
committed.
with the opening.
They now walk over
Presence
towards
on
an
the
empty
A side
site,
now that's
so
going to be difficult
what do I
to
know?
deal with for these players that remain. Lots of weaknesses.
It's
Alfier's got the rifle, sure, and
it's
just
a big
one away
overstep from
a
Kayak.
showstopper. Huge impact could be found. They delay first with a stun and a nade. Fnatic grouping up in heaven. 1 down below. They're going to box these players in, but 1 is
Nice shot.
outside of their control. I was talking about Vac, but Profek from inside the cage Fnatic created strikes back. Good shot by Crashies. But still, these weaknesses. Should be too many. Boaster. Hello? He's on
Hello?
site. He's stepping up close.
Unlucky.
Sociable finally emerges from the smoke to deal with him.
Damn,
That could have
you
been
hit that one
awkward.
as well.
Instead, it's a statement from BBL. They're back
9-9.
in this
They
game.
brought it back to 9-9.
9 now. Neck and neck.
I thought they didn't have
Crashies
enough rounds,
trying to
but
survive.
here we are.
Trying to get out of here, make it costly, but he is surrounded.
They're in control.
BBL. They may
Holy.
just be making the impossible a reality. And I am perplexed and amazed by what they've been able to do so far here today.
Oh yeah, this is, I said, do they have the resilience? The answer is a most definite yes. We saw the sort of hype that Yumpy was bringing to the team when they just
Nice
got
shot.
themselves back onto the board. Now the hype that's being brought when they've managed to level things up, and the pressure definitely
Yeah.
there. Falling into that lower bracket after 1 game is not something Fnatic would have wanted, especially coming into this season with new signings, new builds to what they're doing within the server, and obviously such a extensive lead.
Whoa.
I'll say as well, Sociable,
I really like the play.
28-year-old coming into the BCT.
Prowler. Dude,
He's been
that's,
lighting it up.
it's so nice. That is so nice. Prowlers break the trip,
BBL's
then you
logo is a
use the
crown
clone
for
as
a
well, but you
reason.
run through at the same time, so they might only
Here
think
to
it's one
challenge for
going
the
through,
throne.
and then
Not
you're
a
just using the
challenge
timing
many
of the trip
people
going
took
down to
seriously.
try be beyond it.
But
I
Fnatic
dislike
may
that they
have no
haven't
choice
now gone to break it, but
but
that's
to
okay. They still
acknowledge
know it's
this
there.
usurper, the
It was a
push
very nice attempt to get an
from
opening
Vac
kill.
is
Speaking
all
of
a
opening kills,
distraction against
Boaster, jump spot,
Furious
attack
peeking
up,
into
comes out,
Sociable.
punish.
Ult used, information there. Alphayer spotted, showstopper online, fired in.
Vigil.
It doesn't fire.
Damn, dude,
Look
really.
what does.
Chat,
Now a
Fnatic have no money. These two have got to
5v3,
save.
a 5v2 as Fnatic continue to crumble. BBL.
massively in control. And they're about to get some ults as well. Omen, 1 away. Yampi, 2 away on Fade. 1 away from Astro. 3 away from Razor. Timeout? Yeah, they got 1 more. They're going to have to use their last one.
But it will reveal to the remaining players that they're not going for this. Just looking to try and hold on to whatever weaponry that they can. That's been one of the biggest issues for Fnatic in the second half. They haven't been able to save. Like, they have been hunted. BBL have been keen to make sure none of these weapons make it through to the next round, so the danger becomes limited. And then they've been excellent at clearing up a lot of these. Just look at the credits. Like, it says it all. You've got the majority of players, well, especially post-round, will be over 6,000, 7,000
2-9 loss bonus, so Alpha can buy. Kayak can buy and Boaster can take a hit. Kayak won't be able to get full util, or he's going to have to go Guardian.
And again, it's this man that kicks it
Very
off.
nice.
He is 17
Big fan
and 11,
of an
as
attack
said.
on.
Like, it's unusual that you see an older player come into the league now. Like, it's not like someone who's like coming back and looking to do it again. This is someone who is making that rise up, someone who maybe should have been there for a while. But Sociable looks so good, and it's whether he's playing the solo,
Boaster takes the hit.
Chamber, now we're seeing him
And
play
Kayak's
Raze.
missing
He is currently the top
1
fragger in the whole
flash in his
server.
clone.
10 years older than Luke.
I expected the narrative of BBL to be good, but if they only had more time. I'm scared of what this team's going to do with time.
You know they have an op in play.
The top.
Yeah, that's good though, because they would have seen the tether and seen the line.
On the board, Fnatic trailing. You wouldn't have thought it. Swapping onto the attack on split as well.
Costel, how we doing, dude? Thank you so much for the 11 months.
Here
Appreciate the prime.
With a minute 5,
Thank you,
BBL
thank you.
set their sights on being a very different
Or
Fnatic.
Costelix. Is it Costel or Costelix?
Nobody's looking for the fights anymore. They're
Could
letting
come from
BBL run their
CS.
game
I'm
plan.
working out.
And they look to stop them on the site. That
Yeah, they
was
at least know where the op
They
is now on
almost
this
lost a
one,
big player.
but it creates a lot of pressure over towards here. The 3 are going to stay strong, so the 2 are going to have to do it all. You've got info trip, you've got kill trip over towards site. And this is the nice thing about having double duelists, right? It gives you a lot of freedom to have an attack op, and he can kind of just do his own thing while you have an entry in terms of the other duelist over towards
this is where the realization will be there. Kayak, Chronicle, at the back of the
BBL
site.
need to make a call though.
Spike is still on the other side though.
They're hoping that this guy gets a
Yet to
kill and then
commit to
these
this one.
rotate.
This is running it close.
20 seconds. They need to go.
Very
and now they have a
nice.
chance. A
Do
huge
they
pick.
expect this guy
Knowing
back
that
at
Kayak should be
site?
nearby. That gate crash was there just moments ago. They'll clear the backside. They'll be vigilant. 20 HP. He's surviving, but
Very nice.
eventually
Enough
he'll
time to
fall.
plant on
And
this
now,
one.
Who can
And
expect Loon to be here?
holy hell.
11 on the board
Money
for BBL.
in the bin
streak
again, dude.
continues.
Every single round on attack.
As
It's impressive
Fnatic,
from
They're
BBL.
forgetting what victory tastes like. Look
They're
at
very
the
calm in these
timeline when we get
situations.
back in. And it's
So
a
much map
timeout
control,
for
cut
the side of
sounds. We have a
Fnatic. That's what,
person
8
walking over
rounds
towards
in
spawn to try
row
get
that
a
they've
kill
lost
to make
now.
the
Absurd.
to make the rotates happen. We're also just letting the Omen play. Like very, very chill with the time going on. I'm liking the mid round.
You then have another player push further into the spawn. So far, they managed to catch a player in the back. And I imagine if you're the Fnatic players, you're going like, what the literal... these guys doing? Like, how am I supposed to make a read on what's going on when a solo op pushes me from heaven after using utility? It's a ruse to go back the other way, and even when they go the other way, they're somehow in our spawn.
This would be such a cool win for him.
Fnatic need to have those talks, because the fact that BBL managed to get that much ground,
It's still not done, but this is a lot of rounds in a row, and look at how many ults they have.
The vibes off the charts on BBL, you see it in the cameras for Fnatic.
Is Yampi always the
It's
vibe man
all
on
looking good.
Liquid?
Now,
Yes.
I think this is the
Scream was
first
very
time in
good
the
for
series
vibes.
we've seen BBL
Like,
still sitting
in-game
with a pause,
officials,
while Fnatic
Scream
have
was
run
great
out
for
of
that
them,
as well.
and they're having to scramble
But Yampi
for
was like the
solutions,
guy,
while BBL,
if stuff was
well,
going
they can touch
wrong,
base with their
you can
staff
like
if they
rely
need
to just
but
kind of
right
pump
now,
people up a little bit.
It certainly ain't broke, so I don't want to see any fixing it. 11-9, 2 rounds ahead.
We didn't have any
2
issues with
rounds
vibes, man.
away
Vibes are great.
From claiming BBL's second VCT EMEA win, 2 in a row, a flawless streak, and up against Fnatic with 6 unique maps played. With such little time to prepare, with a stand-in. This is a sensational run.
It's a nice flash,
The
but it's a nice
honeymoon in
strat.
full effect.
Wait.
They must have
Oh,
got
this
a
is sick.
discount. Nade, decent. Boaster survives after the decay. Loon's already here.
Oh, this was sick.
They've got to be perplexed. Fnatic just called a pause, and still they're being outplayed.
At least for them, Alfie has managed to level it. Weaponry in this round is a mess, so expectations maybe a little bit lower, but Fnatic would love a hero.
Nice
would
little
love someone
pinch.
to step up.
Yoru Flash, Omen TP across.
Again,
What was it?
just
Boombot
look at the space.
Prowler.
You can see where the
Teva?
stun is currently being set up.
Mid?
It is towards their own
Block
spawn,
off
towards
Mail?
mid, because they
That
just don't
was awesome.
know where they're coming from.
Ado
Eventually,
goes in, doesn't
the
hit
switchback,
anyone. Oh, hits the
again,
guy's spawn, and they
leaves
might
Chronicle
tunnel vision, thinking
isolated
that's the
within
only
site.
person here.
Waiting within the smoke is perfect, but eventually
they
they'll
check
have to
this?
fall off it. Just trying to hold on to that heaven ground.
Yes,
and, well,
they
the
do.
weaponry just not there. It's a quick clear from the side of BBL. Alpha, yeah, got his first, but the expectation of another player in heaven just wasn't on his list. It's now left all onto Kayak. New boy on the block, new member. And
Damn, dude, every single round, 3 chances, and this is a big
They're gonna write
upset.
stories
They've got to
about this
stand in
comeback.
right now.
Let me tell you, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
Revenge for how many teams who've had that lead against Fnatic?
They're definitely going to write Reddit threads about it. I can tell you that one for free.
Whoa.
Someone's already got it preloaded.
That's the modern day Sonnet, the bards of our time, Redditors. How far humanity has fallen. Well, 3 rounds, 3 chances, 3 ultimates.
A lot of
3 assists
ults.
for
I think got
Sociable.
7
What
ults
else
on
did we
this
bring
one.
up? But a lot of ultis in play for Fnatic.
Instant
and they will
Yoru
pop their own,
ult. This is
leaving
the
them with 3
K-Cup
ults.
ult
Kayak
strat.
going
You
into
spot
the
someone
spawn,
here, you
and again,
Omen
it's
flash,
such
and then you
early
commit to it.
information,
But
unless
there's
we're
2 people
capitalizing with
here.
the kill, which we might
Still
be.
goes for it. The
Paranoia's
Omen
good.
and flash
Decoys
hit both.
there.
Okay, that was nice. We had a breach stun on top of this
That
as
could be the
well.
play that
This
saves
is
the
the,
day. There's
again,
still an
K-Cup.
ult for
Shout out to
Profect
Eng
to
for
claim
this
the
one.
spike back. But
This
by the
was
looks of it,
2024
maybe they're not gonna do it the
special from
old-fashioned way.
him.
It might be the ult just to be safe. We'll see.
A beautiful setup. Stun combined with the paranoia. But even still sociable, well, thought better of it. Down to just 33 HP.
Good decision making from him though. It looked like he wanted to bail, and then he was so confident that the Omen flash hit both that he went and committed
when it
again.
comes to this attack, maybe one falter will be enough to turn
And the stun was
tide of this
lovely on
once
top.
again.
I can't
Even
remember
still,
if K-Cup ever used a stun on top of it. I don't think they even had a breach in their comp, but they at least used the Omen flash.
he'd have to hit a pretty magnificent timing to get past this one, and I think instead he is waiting for his teammates to make a move. There is much more of an opening on this B side. Look at the current defensive setup. 3 players.
They had the BBL comp.
over
Okay,
on A.
yeah, that makes sense.
While
Yeah, the sun's a nice
Chronicle
little
waits
touch.
alone. At a minimum, he needs to trade 1-for-1, and the spam
Uh-oh.
hasn't really connected in the
Okay,
way he
so
would have
good.
liked. He does manage to take down Profect, though.
I got a little bit worried
Keeping
from there.
himself alive ever longer, and Sociable Low is going to be spotted as well. A fantastic round from Chronicle to hold, and Yumpy with 12 seconds left has already been spotted. There is no survival here. It is finally a
Okay,
combo
3
breaker
chances
from
down
Fnatic.
to 2
They'll hit double
chances.
digits at
The
least.
crunch was also the K-Cup strat.
Can they
The
chain them
heaven
together?
one,
Well,
the heaven
Fnatic that
vents
we
one.
know.
Yeltsin?
Sure, they might lose a streak
surprised I
of rounds,
can't
they
remember
might
that.
go
It's
down,
really
but
nice
once
one.
they start winning, they don't stop. This play, beautiful.
Dude,
Still
Eng is
that bit of
very good at
innovation.
set
The
strats.
paranoia
He really
deep
is.
into spawn. I thought Kayak's ult was going to be fairly useless. Again, unless you're able to capitalize with kills that early on, they're just going to reset. You're going to give up the space you took, and we're going to move on with our day. But instead, hyper aggression, good combo of utility, and another chance. But for BBL, 2 more chances. They just
have good
need one.
handwriting? Nah,
Showstopper's
my
still
handwriting's
there.
awful.
Sociable on the up.
Yeah. 1 orb away.
That's tough, Tom. Oh, I got you. There you go.
Looks like a 10-year-old dude.
He's looking to try and fight for the orb. Kayak's actually up close. Smoke's being faked out, maybe to see if anybody would swing. Look for the peek, look for the spam. It's already been seen though, and there's the showstopper. In fact, he gets out of there. Nice
Great
maneuver.
nades.
Nade thrown through, and the swing out from Sociable. He was looking to try and
I swear
find
I
the
saw
kill.
something
Now
similar
Loom
to
goes
this in the first half.
No
Over
doubt.
towards back at A.
He's not just planning to escape. He's normally
Get in the
some
flashbacks.
attempted magic paranoia.
Gotta work on
As an
our
attempt to push
positioning
back.
where
He
the
lands
nade's
the
gonna
first
go.
shot, but
Lovely
isn't
trade on this
expecting the
one.
reswing.
Someone has to step up for BBL to get this round.
BBL are walking directly into a trap. It's almost a kill
Oh,
back though.
1.
A hefty amount of
That's
damage on
incredibly
Crashies.
unlucky.
They have to be worried about mid, and indeed, Boaster's still sat up in heaven watching that play out, so there's not going to be a stab in the back
Yeah,
effectively from
Crashy's
back.
just using his util a little freely,
Still
especially when
with
he's on the
the
1
TP
HP.
from
That's
Profect.
Do it as well.
really
There's the
nice
info.
ult. What's up the luck over towards here? Kayak has an out once he gets a kill. If he wants to get a kill, he tanks util. Breach ult as well. Yeah, Crushy's using everything on the low HP.
Nice shot by Vac though. Heaven control taken back. 15 seconds. Time to go to site. 1 HP on Crashies. Kayak has to stand strong and he will fall. 1 HP on site.
Omen all out over towards the other side. Has enough time. Big 1v1. Crashy's miles away. 1 HP. Does he get across?
How quick can Vac get here?
Astra suck?
He needs to
Don't even have it. No
around
stars.
to
Oh god.
HP on Chronicle and 1 on Crashies.
Oh god.
Not like this, surely. Vac creeping around towards
Doesn't hear the drop.
screens,
Other side of
and
the
he's
Astra
left
suck.
Crashies without a clue of where to go. He'll make it to the spike. The tap will be heard. Vac making his way, but it's not even half. The big swing.
Damn, bro, they won this one. Oh my god, what an upset. Look what it means to the Yampy. That's sick. Fair play. 9-3 down. What a win with a stand-in. Shout out to Vac as well.
He might be joining them for a few weeks, but I can tell you, BBL are going to remember Vac as the man that gave them a victory
Very nice from
versus
BBL.
Fnatic. That's something that will go in the